kindergartners, it's Mrs. DeLeonardo. I miss you guys. If you remember, before you left for spring break, we were learning all about things that float and things that sink. And we put raisins in a glass of water, and we saw that they sink down to the bottom of the cup. But when we put them in the Sprite, they floated to the top because of the bubbles. Well, then we started reading a book called What Floats in a Moat, but we didn't have time to finish. And so what I'm going to do now is read this story for you so you can see how it ends. I'm going to start it over because it's been a while. It's called What Floats in a Moat by Lynn Berry. Archie the goat stopped short at a moat. He measured and mapped, he doodled and drew, he sketched and scribbled and scrawled. Aha! To cross the moat, pronounced the goat, we build a contraption to float. And remember, the moat is that water that's going around the castle. So he wants to build something to float to go across the moat. Or, said Skinny the hen, we could just take the drawbridge. Bah, said Archie, drawbridge, strawbridge. This is no time for a drawbridge. This is a time for science. Right, said the hen, science. The hen and the goat alongside the moat took stock of their cart of supplies. A barrel might float, mused the goat. We begin with a barrel of buttermilk. So there's their big stack of supplies. There's their barrel of buttermilk. The hen and the goat alongside the moat hammered and nailed, clanged and banged. Clang, bang, bang, bang. They wired and tied and built the SS Buttermilk. Archie the goat climbed aboard. Ready for launch? He called. Ready, said Skinny the hen. So, do you think that barrel full of buttermilk is going to float? Push, said Archie the goat. I am pushing, said Skinny. Shove, said Archie the goat. I am shoving, said Skinny. Heave, said Archie the goat. I am heaving, said Skinny. Heave-ump. The barrel and the goat splashed in the moat. Splash. Glub, glub, and sank. Archie the goat dripped out of the moat. Take note, pronounced the goat. A barrel might not float. Apparently not, said the hen. Shall we take the drawbridge then? Bah, said Archie. Drawbridge, flawbridge. This is no time for a drawbridge. This is a time for science. Said the hen. Science. Archie the goat gazed at the moat. He puzzled and pondered. He doodled and drew. He sketched and scribbled and scrawled. This is the explore step of the design process. He's thinking of ideas. Aha! To cross the moat, pronounced the goat, an empty barrel might float. Empty? Said Skinny. Empty, said Archie. Drink, Skinny, drink. Drink buttermilk? Asked Skinny. Indeed, said Archie. For science. Ha, said Skinny. You are the scientist. Ah, said Archie. But you are Skinny. Skinny held her nose and started to slurp. Black. She guzzled, she gulped. She sipped and slurped and guzzled and sipped and slurped and gulped and slipped and slurped and guzzled to the bottom of the barrel of buttermilk. Ugh. Bah, said Archie. The goat and hen hammered and nailed, clanged and banged. They wired and tied and built the SS Empty. Archie the goat climbed aboard. Ready for launch? He called. So if they're going to test it out, that's called the evaluate stage. Do you think it's going to work? What's your prediction? Is it going to float or is it going to sink? The barrel with goat splashed into the moat and floated and tipped and rolled and tossed the goat into the moat. Archie the goat dripped out of the moat. Take note, pronounced the goat. Indeed, a barrel does float. And yet, said Skinny the hen, we remain outside the moat. Bah, said Archie. We try again, Skinny the hen. Again, groaned the hen. Indeed, said Archie, the third and final barrel. Drink, Skinny, drink. The hen sighed, the hen sipped, the hen sighed, the hen slurped. She guzzled, she gulped, she stopped. She could not drink another drink. Ah, said Archie, just right. See, he tapped the barrel. It's not empty like it was last time. It still has some buttermilk in it this time because Skinny couldn't drink it all. The hen and the goat, alongside the moat, hammered and nailed, clanged and banged. They wired and tied and built the SS Ballast. Archie the goat climbed aboard. Ready for launch? He called. Ready, said Skinny the hen. Burp. She's really full. Okay, what's your prediction this time? The first time it sank and it was full of buttermilk. The second time it floated, but it was very tipping and rolling and didn't stay upright. It wasn't stable. But now it's halfway full. What's your prediction? Heave, 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 oomp. The barrel with goat splashed into the moat and sank, but floated. Oh, it went kind of down in the water. Sank and floated? Eureka! Said Archie the goat, and he paddled across the moat just in time to meet the queen hurrying from the castle. Archimedes? Called the queen. For Pete's sake, next time, take the drawbridge. And where is the rest of my buttermilk? In the moat, pronounced the goat. And in the hen, moaned the hen. All, said Archie, in the name of science. Science? Fussed the queen. Science? What about my buttermilk? Bah, said Archie. Buttermilk, guttermilk. There is no time for deliveries. This is the time for discoveries. Indeed, said Skinny the hen. Burp. The end. All right, that is called What Floats in a Moat. And so now the next thing you're going to do is read through a presentation with your mom or dad or grandma, grandpa, whoever's with you, and it'll walk you through how you're going to use the engineering design process to try to build a boat that can float, but also that can keep a message dry. So think about all the things we've learned in Project Lead the Way about what floats and what sinks and what things repel water so it doesn't get wet and what things absorb water so it would get soaked up and get wet. And you try to build something that floats across the water and keeps a message dry. Have fun, scientists, and I miss you.